his senior year, he really wanted to run a marathon. He kept asking me, Mom, I want to run farther. 2 miles is just not enough. 5K is just not enough. I want to do bigger races.
Inspirational story here. This is a look at Break the Mold, the Zach Bates story. And Zach is an autistic man who found a love of running. And he had a goal of running his first 100-mile race before he turned 20 years old. 100 miles.
Wow, this is so impressive. Director and filmmaker Travis Holt Hamilton here in studio with us this morning to talk about Break the Mold. Good morning to you, Travis.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. What an inspirational story.
Very, very inspiring. I mean, I was there with the process on his first 100, and then I watched some of it, Saturday, and every time it's just that inspiring, determination.
Yeah.
And I love the backstory on this. You saw a newspaper article about the subject of your film. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So my wife says we knew the family. We lived together up in Flagstaff, or in the same city, and she shows me this article. And I read it, and right away I'm feeling the emotions of this is incredible, and just feeling in kind of my story sense, or whatever you want to call it, went off, and we need to tell this story. And so I approached his mother and said, I'm interested. This is incredible. And she said yes.
What was that like for how many days? You said it was 4 months that you followed along on the training process and all of his runs.
Yeah, so that 4 months we went up and got some of him running. We did a lot of the interviews with the family and got a lot of the backstory and all the photos from him and his family from being a little kid and growing up. And then we went to his first race, which was here in the valley, the Coldwater Rumble. And we were
miles?
Yes, we were sleeping
God.
at night and getting him like, we're so tired, and he's doing 20. There's 5 laps that are 20 miles.
Yeah.
Each.
I love the story that you shared about when he was little. If you can share it, what did the mom share with you? One time he was angry and he started running around the block and wouldn't stop.
Yeah, so he was upset. Something happened as, I don't know, 8 or 9, I believe he was, and he just was like, something's wrong. I'm mad. I don't know how to control it. I'm upset. And so his mom, or somehow he ended up running around the block. And she said after about an hour or so she went out to check and see, and he was still running. He's like, Mom, I can't stop yet. I'm still mad. And he ran for 2 or 3 hours. And finally he came in and said, Mom, I feel better.
It made me feel better, the run. And you said he was so hyper-focused, right, on one thing. And so for him, when he graduated high school, he said, I want to do this. I can do it. And he's done it.
Yes. Told his mom at graduation, I want to run a 100-mile race. And she's like, what? You run 5Ks. But he never stopped wanting to do that. He knew all the the world records of the running, all kinds of world records, but just that connection with running, and he's been in 4 races now.
Wow.
And I bet you learned a lot about autism as well, right? It's such a mysterious affliction, right? I mean, it can be all different levels. I mean, what did you learn about autism?
That I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's just somebody that's autistic, and I'm not an autistic spokesperson, but somebody that is autistic, the range can be from very limited to very extreme.
Right.
And it's something that there's a lot of people that live with that, and also families that are afflicted with autism, and looking at, and love the title of the film is Break the Mold, that just because his mom said that in an interview, like, this is how we're kind of with whatever things we all deal with, sometimes we're put in this little mold and we have to do whatever this way as the mold says. And she's like, no, my son, yes, he's autistic, but this is what he wants to do, and even though it's not the mold, that he can break that. And he can run and run. He continues to run. And the film, I love the last little bit. Maybe I shouldn't tell, but you just see that smile on his face that just melts your heart.
It's just a sense of victory, And
beautiful.
I think I've done a number of stories with some of the organizations with autistic children here in the Valley, and they're so creative. And once you're able to break through with them and hear what they have to say and learn about their personalities, they're just amazing individuals.
Yeah.
So it's really, really amazing.
Break the Mold, the Zach Bates story. Where can we see this?
It's playing right now, 2 p.m.
Okay,
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, road trip.
Regal Cinema in Gilbert, the only Regal Cinema in the entire state of Arizona.
Okay.
And the last day it plays is Thursday.
Okay, good.
So you have a few days.
Well, great story, Travis.
Yeah, thank good you. Meeting you.
Wonderful film.
Yeah, so I hope
Thank
you have
you.
a lot of
Nice to
success
meet
with the
you.
movie. Nice checking with you.